20 minutes of work with the kettlebell. Today we're going to do 10 minutes of the flow and 10 minutes of the swing. 20 sets in total. It's day 11. It's the 6th day of training with this program. We've done 10 minutes, we've done 12 minutes, we've done 14 minutes, we've done 16 minutes, we've done 18 minutes. Today we're topping it off with 20 minutes. We're also going to learn some new stuff once we hit the 20-minute mark. We're going to add repetitions to the flow, and we're going to add repetitions to the kettlebell swings until we can do 5 repetitions of the flow in the minute and 10 repetitions of the kettlebell swing in the minute in that 20-minute period. Alongside that, we're going to learn little new things like single-handed swings, around the world, and all those kinds of things that make kettlebells interesting and fun. But before we do that, we have 20 minutes of work to get through. So I'm going to start the timer every minute on the minute. We're going to start with the flow. Then the next minute we're going to do kettlebell swings. And we're going to do that block of 2 minutes of work 10 times 20 minutes. You ready? Then I'm going to start the timer and we're going to get to work, friend. Remember the kettlebell flow. First of all, it's the deadlift. And it's a row, clean, press overhead, squat, and set it down. And again, a deadlift, a row, clean, press overhead, squat, set it down. Third time, row, press, squat. There you go. First set of your 20 minutes of work done. We're going to do kettlebell swings. Straightforward. Mind our technique. Remember that hip hinge. You hike it up and you thrust from the hips. Keep your arms and shoulders loose. Plank at the top and let it come back down.
I got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. First 2 minutes of work done. Means we're 10% of the way there. Well, just check in with yourself. You managed to work out 6 times in the last 2 weeks. It's day 11. On the off days, you either watch the video on why or finding stuff you enjoy or any of the other talks I gave. And you're willing to make a change, and look how much progress you've made, right? You've learned something new, and you've gotten a bit fitter and a bit stronger, a bit better condition along the way. Now imagine what happens when we do this for 1 month, so 2 more weeks, or maybe 3 months, for 10 more weeks. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. This is going to be about the speed at which you want to do this. When we're trying to add more repetitions to the sets, because you're going to have to get through 5 repetitions of the full flow in the minute, giving yourself time to rest. And when you move up to a slightly heavier weight, you'll find that this becomes more and more challenging. Kettlebell swings probably can do 10 in 30 seconds regardless of the weight. 4th set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. 20% of the work done. 4 minutes in. Going to do the 3rd set of the flow and the 3rd set of swings I will get there. I think following through, sticking with it, both in the 20 minutes of training, but also in a training schedule of 2 weeks, but also in a training schedule of 2 months, or 3 months, or 6 months, or maybe even a year, is probably the hardest thing to do. That's why it's so important to understand why we want to do this, and also to find something that we enjoy doing. The last one, deadlift, row, clean, press, squat, set it down, and something that we enjoy doing. But there's more to life than sports. So also trying to get the benefit that we want in the time we have, whether that's 20 or 30 minutes a day, whether that's 3 hours 3 times a week, is important. And for me, the kettlebell workout helps me achieve my goal of mobility, my goal of strength, and my goal for conditioning in one of the most time effective ways. 4, 5. And that's important to remember, because training should be very personal. 30% of the way there. We're 6 minutes in. So we're going to go for the 4th set of the flow in a moment. Training is very personal. Do things that you enjoy. Know why you're doing them. In my case, there's no intention of becoming an elite level athlete. There's also no intention of setting personal records in terms of the weight that I can lift or participating in marathons. All this is general strength and conditioning for everyday life. So that when I go out on holidays or have a tough week at work, I can keep up with it physically and mentally without issue. And this kind of a program, the basics, of course, lays a good foundation to do more work, as you can see in my live streams and on my channel if you follow along. So, and if you have any issues with the squat, with the deadlift, and more with the press, there are tutorials on my channel, obviously. And don't push through pain. One of the principles I train by is that if I get injured, I can't train. So the goal, obviously, is to not get injured. So, 8 minutes of work done. We're going for the 5th set of the flow in a moment. And time really passes when you have fun. So, here we are, just going through the motions, training, having a good time. And we've completed the first 2 weeks, and you can keep coming back to this program and just doing this program if you want. If that's enough for you, that's great. If you want to do more, we can do more and different things. But building a foundation, strength and conditioning, that's what this is all about. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job working with me. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. And set it down. We're going to wait for that minute to finish. And then we're going to be 10 minutes in, or we are at the halfway point, 50% there. How do you feel at the moment? Bit short of breath? Is your heart rate elevated? Can you still talk to me? As that's very important. Because one of the most important things is that we can keep having a conversation. Because that tells me that you're working, but you're not overworking. This is not a hit session. This is not designed for you to peak your heart rate. It's also not designed to send you panting, sweating, or in any other way wear you down. This is actually supposed to be a nice and gentle and easy way to get started. That's where this level of training should be, with the 8 kilo for me, with the lighter weight maybe for you, or slightly heavier weight. Generally, actually, you might use this as a warm-up, 5 or 6 minutes or 4 minutes before you start with the other kettlebell work. And there are different things that we can do with kettlebell. There we go, halfway point. 6th set, deadlift. Mind those lats, activate them, press, squat. Again, deadlift, mind those lats, row, press, squat, set down, deadlift, pull, press, squat, up, and we're going to go for the swings. The midway point might be a bit difficult, so like to do 5 more of this. This is so repetitive. Keep the goal in mind. You are trying to get stronger and fitter, and the kettlebell swing is one of the most, not only cost efficient, 5 exercises you can do at home, but it's just a great way to both challenge your cardiovascular strength and system, but also your physical strength and system, plus mastering and learning proper technique. Well, it's fun. It's a good way. It's a good way to pass some time. And 20 minutes guaranteed to be set for the rest of the day. So remind yourself of your why. Maybe you picked this because it was fun, and remind yourself of that. And keep your goal front and center in your mind. And it's only 8 more minutes of your day. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. Last one, deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. There we go. That's a full body workout. We're doing a pull, we're doing a push, doing a squat, we're doing a hinge. Everything rolled into one flow. Now we're waiting for the kettlebell swing to continue. Now we're at 14 minutes of work. Five. Up. And back to the flow in a moment. The 8th set. Well, we're almost there. 3/4 of the way. You're doing a good job. And you can come back to these 20 minutes, and every time you've built up the stamina and conditioning over 2 weeks probably. And if you're more comfortable at 12 or 14, maybe next week try to add a set of each. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. Deadlift, row, clean, press, squat. There we go. And now for the kettlebell swings. Now we've got 2 more sets to go. You're really doing a great job. Keep going. And also get used to the every minute on the minute schedule. There are different training schemes we can use. We can do repetitions and sets. We can take breaks between sets if we're lifting heavy. But for general strength and conditioning with a kettlebell, I tend to favor the every minute on the minute. But sometimes you just want to do repetitions with weight. And that's fine also, because sometimes it's not possible to do. The amount of repetitions at the weight that you want to do them in an every minute on the minute schedule without wearing yourself down within the first 4 or 5 minutes. We're going for the 9th set. See that? We're almost done. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? So we're going to lean into that hip hinge as we're getting ready for the deadlift. Feel it in our hamstrings, neutral spine, bend that bar, activate the lats. Deadlift, activate those lats. Row, clean, press, squat. Set it down. Again, feel it in your hamstrings, activate those lats. Deadlift, row, clean. Press at the top, make sure you hold that lockout, and your squat. Done. And again, deadlift, row, clean, press, squat, and you're golden. 9th set of the swings. We'll have done 30 sets, 30 repetitions of the flow, and 50 repetitions of the swing when we're done. That's a good amount of work. You're going to be happy with that, and you can call it a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, the final set. 20 minutes of work. Good technique. Keep breathing. I like to breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth when I'm training. And whenever I perform one of the exercises, I try to exhale sharply without pressing out all of the oxygen from my lungs, just to emphasize the use of power. And you'll see that becomes more and more important as we progress in our training. Final set of the flow. Hinge. Get ready for that deadlift. Lats. Feel it in your hamstrings, glutes, legs, neutral spine. Deadlift. Row. Clean. Press. Squat. Deadlift. Row. Clean. Press, squat, and again, deadlift, row, clean, press, squat, There we go. Final set of swings. And then we've done a good amount of work, friends. And we keep going. And we're going to keep going. Because I still have 40 minutes of more work to do on the live stream after this. But that's a topic for another conversation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there you have it. That is 20 minutes of work done and dusted with the kettlebell. We've learned how to do a deadlift, learned how to do a bend over row, learned how to do a two-handed clean, two-handed press, a goblet squat, and we've learned how to do the kettlebell swing. Lay the foundation over 6 trainings. In our work for 20 minutes, that means we're going to start adding repetitions, adding 1 to the flow, and let's say 2 to the swings. So we're going to do 4 and 7, 5 and 9, and then 5 and 10 over the course of the next trainings. So keeping it to that 20-minute time frame, and then let's see where the training and the program takes us. Thanks a lot for joining me today. If you feel like doing the deep sit, the halo, the bird dog, go ahead, use the time to do those exercises as you wind down. I make videos about my life, my career. I talk about my fitness journey. I talk about fatherhood. I talk about being a man and about raising men in this world. So if any of that has your interest, go over to the channel and hit subscribe, and we can continue to have these conversations. I also live stream every day in the morning with my morning workout and morning routine. That's something you're interested in. Anyway, I appreciate you coming along on this journey with me for the past 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll be working together for the next 2 weeks as we build up more skills with the kettlebell. Take care, friend, and I'll see you in my next video.